Hi guys, welcome to my channel again on popular demand by my friends. Today I am again gonna be talking about the Sikkim adventure, Sikkim tourism, and how you should decide if Sikkim is the place for you to travel to. So a few things you should know about Sikkim before traveling. Sikkim is a high altitude area where it is amidst the Himalayas. So high altitude equals to, you know it, there is less oxygen. So people with increased blood pressure, if they're hypertensive, if they're even a diabetic, or if they have any heart conditions or even lung conditions like asthma, even maybe even a form of allergies, you need to be careful about coming towards the high altitude areas. So you need to know, be careful and take all the precautions before traveling itself. Then with high altitude and the Himalayas come bumpy roads. Yes, and this is not an exaggeration. This is the kind of roads you would see in many places when you're traveling, even on the national highway from Siliguri towards Gangtok. Yes, and sometimes, especially during the monsoon seasons, you might even find landslides. So, because the road might be gone, half the road, the whole road, you might even have to transit. So, you should know before traveling of which season you are traveling in. Usually, this happens during the rainy seasons, and because there is only one single road, so you need to decide if this is what you want. And then, yes, there are a lot of turns and curves around the road. This is also not an exaggeration. This is specifically a place that I could find. This is Zuluk in the north of Sikkim, East Sikkim. But there are specifically this kind of roads in pretty much of all the areas. So when there are lots of curves, turns, and there are bumpy roads, then comes motion sickness. So we should know about motion sickness. So you should, if you um are susceptible to motion sickness, then you should be careful because of all the risk factors I've already mentioned previously. So yes, so as I've already said in my previous post as well, you should take a Cinerazine and preferably sit in the front seat or at least on the second seat so that your motion sickness does not come and ruin your travel. Other thing we should talk about is traffic jam. Yes, this is also not an exaggeration. Many a times you will find that you might be stuck on the road in middle of nowhere just because there is a slow moving traffic, or even just because a car has stopped to pick up somebody or drop somebody, or because of landslides. So you should plan your travel accordingly, that you all start off early from perhaps Siliguri so that you reach on time to Gangtok. You know, it's not pretty late, because if it starts raining and then there are landslides, and it's going to be a problem. So yes, landslides and traffic jam are very common in these areas. And the other thing is the cold weather. So during winter seasons, it's pretty much cold in all of Sikkim. But during the season time, especially mean if there are summers in the rest of the India, it is still cold in some areas of Sikkim, like in the north. Okay, even towards Changul Lake. This is where the photos, pictures of, or towards. Even a few places on the west and even the south if it are facing towards the Himalayas. So you will have to carry clothes accordingly of the places that you would be going. But you should also remember that in places like slightly when you are entering Sikkim, even towards Rampur, Singtam, even take it to Ranipur, or towards Jorthang, Namchi, those areas as well, the one towards the riverbed, it's kind of warm during the summer seasons. So yes, you will have to carry warm clothes as well as clothes for the summer according to where you would be heading towards. And yes, the rains are terrible, and this is a photo clicked in MG Marg of Gangtok, where first the rains can be unpredictable. You might see heavy clouds and might perhaps not rain, and sometimes with even lesser clouds in another few minutes or an hour or so it might rain heavily. So you should be carrying an umbrella, preferably waterproof shoes, okay, rubber shoes, because you should be aware and beware the rains here. The rains are pretty heavy. And you should remember one more thing, and that is Gangtok, the whole of Sikkim is a clean green state. So please do not throw rubbish, garbage on the roads, even if you're traveling in between, midway, anywhere, because those things lead to landslides, and we are pretty careful about not being the cause for further landslides and global warming. So please be careful. Please carry a polythene bag or a paper bag where you can throw your rubbish, so that directly when you reach a specific place with the dustbin, you can throw it in it. And the other thing is, this place we do not honk. Even if we are stuck on a traffic jam, there is no honking. So please be careful, because you can be fined for both. Okay, sorry, I got little. Yeah, so please be careful about honking. Honking is not allowed until it's an emergency or something like that. And yes, please keep it clean and clean. Okay, so yes, so these are a few tips I wanted to share with you all. Hope it's been helpful. See you till next time.